It's FA Cup time again, boys and girls. If we're going to secure another third round big money draw, which we need because we're about to go into the red, then we need to beat higher division opposition once again away from home in the second round. Easy peasy. Hello and welcome to part 49 of It's Coming Home. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we are away against Newport in the second round of the FA Cup before coming back for a home game against one of our promotion rivals, Chester, in the league. Since you were last with me, form picked up a bit, but again, similar to the last time form picked up a bit, mostly cup games. We did beat Stockport. It took us a replay in the first round of the FA Cup, and we have moved on in the FA Trophy, although we don't seem to have a game, which is weird. So we beat Chippenham, and there's no... What? Did we beat Chippenham? Is that my colour blindness? It definitely looks like... Apparently, at some point, there'll be another FA Trophy game. We just don't know when. But then we spoilt it all in the league by losing at home to Fylde. So the league table looks like this at the moment. I mean, Fylde are a good team, but we thought we were promotion challengers this year. So to lose so toothlessly at home to one of our fellow promotion challengers, use your words, Kev, that helps, was a bit of a kick in the... But we've got games in hand and we're just outside the... We're fine. We'll probably finish in the playoffs. We're probably still not good enough to get promoted. But Mick Powell is still the top scorer in the top scorer in the division. And that's something to be happy about. I've got to stop taking this cough medicine. So bearing all that in mind and our horrible looking bank balance, which is going to plunge into the red imminently, during this month we will go overdrawn again for the first time since the big FA Cup run from 2 years ago. And the projections are not looking good. We need another big FA Cup run. There's a lot of pressure on this game. And considering Newport are a better team than us, it's a bit of a problem. Newport currently find themselves... I mean, they're like 8 places above us in the whole pyramid. They're in the relegation battle in League 2. They've got Rekal Pike. I'm hoping... I like the fact we've got this again. We're obviously scouting... This doesn't happen very often. Every now and again I click on it. They've got Ike Pozo. What's he been up to? Well, I never... He should come home. But this is nice. It shows we're properly scouting him. So the player we need to worry about is that guy. I mean, that will make no difference to my team selection or tactics, but it's an interesting little snippet of information for us all to know about. I should click on the opposition more often. We've clearly got good opposition scouting going on. So this is the team we're playing. We've got Civita in goal. A back four of Webber, Proctor, Sass Davis. I don't know if you've met Sass Davis yet. Billy Sass Davis. He's a 23-year-old Welsh former under-19 international who's right up there ability-wise with Bajrami and Proctor. All three of them considered better than Joe Colley on star ratings, which is a bit of a shame because it is forcing Colley down the pecking order a little bit. But he's forever tired anyway, so it's not the worst thing in the world that he's dropped out of the team temporarily. Although it might be more permanent if Sass Davis continues impressing the way he has so far. Hickman at right back. We've got Rossiter as our holding midfielder with Fernandez and O'Brien in midfield ahead of him. And then a front three of Tyler, Powell and Stanley. Let's get into the game. No pressure or anything, but we need to go and do a giant killing again. Although my worry is this isn't... They're not giants. This is a game we could actually go into a little bit complacently. Complacently? That's right. We could be complacent. And I'm a little bit worried about that, especially because they're leading the line with Rekal Pike. Doing a 4-3-3 as well, which always terrifies me. So let's calmly do the good old faithful FA Cup run team talk of, look, this is a full-time Football League team. Yes, they're in the relegation zone, the division above, but these are professional players playing full-time, training every day. They're playing in the Football League. No matter what anyone tells you, no matter what anyone thinks, we are the underdogs in this game. But goodness me, would it be nice to do another... Get another cup run, get through to that FA Cup third round again for the third year in a row. What a tackle from Sass. Is he giving away a penalty there? Oh, Proctor's given away the penalty somehow. So Sass Davis comes over a brilliant tackle, but Proctor gives away a penalty. And Rekal Pike, legend of non-League 2 legend from previous years, puts Newport 1-0 up. I'm a little bit upset about what's happened there because Sass Davis had that under control. The ball was probably not even on the pitch when the penalty was given away. Proctor needs to watch himself, the silly rascal. Right, now we have an awful lot to do to get our money. We don't even care about the football. We just need the money. We need a cup run, and I don't think we're going to get a huge chunk of cash from going away to Newport, who presumably don't have many more fans than we've got. So there's not really much of a payday out of this one. But I don't know. We're not the same full of momentum and excitement team that we were on those previous cup runs. We're struggling a little bit to establish ourselves in a league full of full-time teams when we're part-time. So it's difficult without all the momentum to win a game like this. But we need to win it because we need the money so that we can go full-time, so that we don't have the problem for going forward. Lerick Fernandez gets an equaliser for us, his 4th for the season, on 29 minutes. Newport 1, Holme 1, and it's a lovely little breakaway goal. It starts with Mick Powell, who plays it out to Stanley. It's all the favourites linking up for this one. Stanley beats his man, plays it across to Fernandez, and he's one of 4 players who were queuing up to tuck that away, and he runs off doing a chicken dance because... why not? It's what I'd do in those circumstances. It's a lovely finish from Fernandez. He does need to watch a little bit. He's already been sent off once fairly recently. Already sat there on a yellow card. I think he might be quite a passionate man. But we need to... they've got a big stand. This is a big ground. I'm a little... oh, Civitar, mate. That must be our end. There is nobody here. Why have Newport got such an enormous ground with big screens and two-tier all-seater stands? Have I missed something? Do I not understand who Newport are? I thought they were a team that until very recently were non-league. I think they might even be non-league in real life again. I'm not sure. Right, we need to continue to keep the pressure off. Let's give the fans a good performance despite the odds being against us. Yep, that's the one we want. Odds against us. Just keep reminding the players that there's no pressure here. Just play your game, show off. Earn your transfer if you're Fernandez or Stanley or Powell. Or, Stanley heard me say his name and just kick the ball to me, which is... I mean, it's not that helpful. But if you're one of these big players who've had offers come in from league teams, this is your opportunity to show them that you deserve to play in the Football League. Rossiter, with a free kick, I would argue that crossed the line, but it's back to Rossiter from Sass Davis. Don't know why he's waving his arms around. Proctor plays it across to O'Brien. We know O'Brien can shoot from here. Plays it back to Sass Davis, though, and I don't know why he didn't take the shot from there, because we've seen O'Brien score absolute monsters from there relatively frequently, and it's like he just bottled it. Absolutely bottled it. Right, let's have a look. We're not going to take Mick Powell off because we don't really have anyone else to go. Even though he's not playing well, we just don't have another option to bring on for him, so it seems silly. Tyler, however, we've got James Tilley. He can come on and play there. And we're also going to bring Matty Wolf on for O'Brien. And obviously we want him to push forward and do Matty Wolf things rather than Lewis O'Brien things. So that's his punishment for not scoring a minute ago. When he had the opportunity to take a shot, he bottled it. Now he has to come off the pitch. Webber now. Cross comes over to Stanley, who can't win the ball, but it falls to Hickman, so the attack continues. It's across to Rossiter. Rossiter, because Hickman cut inside, doesn't really have an option, but it does make it back to Hickman eventually. And there's Hickman with the cross. Powell can't quite get to it. And now Newport have got the chance to break on us. And because Hickman was so far forward, they can come down this right-hand side. And they've... I mean, it's just a proper counter-attack, isn't it? That shows some passion, but we've committed Hickman too far forward there. We can't blame him because it was exactly where we wanted him to be. But it's meant that we've had to have our centre-back go across to cover him, leaving Raquel Pike completely unmarked in the middle. And the 3 up front just tore us apart. Because we like to play with our attacking fullbacks, we always struggle a little bit against 3 up front. But I'm not gonna faff about changing my tactics just because another team are doing fancy tactics. There you go, we'll bring Shane Phillips on for 10 minutes. It's not going to change the game. It's just some fresh legs. Rossiter was tiring a little bit, but I think the FA Cup run might be over here, boys and girls, because we don't seem like we want to get through, but Shane Phillips might do. Phillips charging forward, and we have got men ahead of him. Phillips with the cross, finds Mick Powell, who hits the post. 2 of the home originals combine and very nearly keep us in the FA Cup. Webber Plays the corner short to Tilly, who just fires it straight into a Newport leg. But we've still got 5 minutes of normal time left here. If we can keep pushing, we might just have another upset on our hands. Powell nods it down to... Oh, Powell's offside. Come on, that can't be it. Passion. There's 4 minutes of time added on, so we've still got nearly 5 minutes of game time left to try and find an equaliser from somewhere. I never usually do it. There you go. I've gone attacking because you all asked me to. Watch it make no difference. Watch us not even get a highlight now because I've gone attacking. This is... There you go. We're just getting the end of game highlight. Powell nods down to a Newport player who just clears. Attacking makes no difference. Confirmed. Phillips. Back to Sass Davis. To Hickman. To Phillips. To Hickman. To Phillips. To Hickman. To Phillips. To Hickman. And Wolf gets tackled and brought down, but not fouled, apparently. And now we're going to get a player sent off just to finish the game off nicely. So Proctor gave away the penalty. He was at fault for the second goal, and now he's been sent off. That has been a bit of a nightmare day in the FA Cup for Archie Proctor. And the dreams of being able to pay our bills for the rest of the season are long gone. Enoknu, who needs to cancel his holiday plans. That was literally the last thing that happened. They didn't even take the free kick. Enoknu, whose holiday plans are cancelled because he's going to have to start bailing us out again. He hasn't had to inject any money into the club for 2 years now. He now needs to get back into his regular 50 grand every couple of months that he was doing back when we were... I mean, it might even be more than that now. How much money do we lose at this point? That was when we were in the Northern Premier League. He was having to do that. At this level, the amount of money we flail away, so expenditure, how much does a month cost? So, last month, where's total expenditure? I don't want tax, I want total expenditure. I mean, this is scintillating now. So last month's total expenditure was £142,000. Total income, oh, okay, so we're not losing that much money. But I guess that had an FA Cup game in it, maybe. I'm glad I'm not an accountant. Let's go and try and get back to winning ways in the league. Of course, my master plan to get back to winning ways in the league is ruined a little bit by the fact that the team we're playing is Aldershot, aka the team that are top of the league. So it's going to be a difficult one. We've made a couple of changes to the team for this game to try and get us back to winning ways. Phillips comes back in for Rossiter. Wolf comes in for O'Brien to give us a more attacking oomph in the midfield. And also Phillips looked like he wanted it more than Rossiter when he came on in that last game. Plus, of course, at the back, Proctor is suspended, so Bajrami comes in to play alongside Sass Davis. Colley comes back up onto the bench. And a more normal looking... I'm very angry with Proctor for his silliness in the last game. I'm blaming it all on him. He effectively owes us £1 million as far as I'm concerned. Right, let's get into this. Let's go take our medicine, because I suspect... I'm feeling sad now after that. Should we do the huge underdog speech again? We shouldn't be huge underdogs. Weren't Aldershot the team that just pipped us to 7th place last season? The home historians will no doubt be able to enlighten me on that one, but I think they're a team that were roughly equivalent to us this time last season, certainly roughly equivalent to us, and they've made that step up to the next level that perhaps we haven't been able to make. And I think it comes down to, again, the fact that they're full-time, we're part-time. We've kind of maxed out on the quality of players we can bring in with the size of our club and the fact that we're part-time and we don't train enough. We can't bring in loads of youngsters and make them better because we don't train enough to make them better. But we also can't bring in the real sort of top quality players to come straight into the team because we're a part-time team and we can't pay enough money. So we need a couple of exceptional talents to just accidentally end up in our team and force us on to the next level. We need a lucky season to get us into the league, send us full-time. And then I think we'll be rolling again until we get to the Premier League. It's a similar shape to what we've had in previous years. This is the hardest bit to do. Trying to get us out of non-league is much harder than trying to get up from League 2 to the Premier League. That's relatively straightforward. Hopefully, similar to how getting from the Northern Premier League East to here was relatively straightforward, and we've now hit a little bit of okay, this is where it gets hard. Hopefully, we'll figure it out. I mean, we've done well to get to half time. Still 0-0. 0-0 away from home against Aldershot would be a cracking result. But it does mean that as it stands right now, we're down to 10th in the league, which is a step back from last year. and we're picking up bookings. It might be time... Oh, Bajrami's injured. Let's get Collie on. Collie's gone from me saying how he doesn't really get in the team anymore to being on the pitch in the space of an episode. Just purely down to bad luck. It might be time for us to start exploring loans a little bit more. See if we can loan in a real superstar or two to help take us to that next level. Stanley's not playing very well. We've got Tilly on the bench. Tilly can come on for Stanley and play on that right-hand side. And shall we show some passion? A little bit of passion can't do us any harm at this juncture, surely. Right, they're going down to 10 men. This is going to be a big 20 minutes now. Lerick Fernandez with a free kick just over from the edge of the area. And we have got O'Brien sat there. In fact, we're going to bring O'Brien on. Against 10 men, we want O'Brien's running. We're going to bring him straight on for Wolf. Just say, look, go on there. Run around a lot. Be a box-to-box midfielder. Just run. Run a lot. So we probably could have brought him on for Phillips, actually, and pushed him further forward and done a midfield 3. A little bit late now, but against 10 men, I don't think it would have done us any harm. It looks like they're going to hold on anyway, though. And I guess everyone has to be reasonably pleased with a draw. They're top of the league and we've not lost. They've had a man sent off and not lost. I guess both managers go home happy. I can't help but feel that we maybe could have got a little bit more out of that game, though. But let's, just give it a unlucky, boys. When we can sign some new players, we'll win games like that. Ugh. Right, so we don't have an FA Cup run to focus on. Oh, we do have an FA Trophy games appeared. So we have got FA Trophy stuff to think about. But really, the rest of the season, if it's going to be mid-table mediocrity, I don't want to show you too many more episodes this season. I know we're not even halfway yet, but my thinking is let's see how this goes. Let's see how the next half dozen games go. Unless we win them all and get back into the promotion mix, I'd be inclined to maybe just do 2 more episodes this season. Actually, no, it's got to be at least 3, hasn't it? We'll probably do the next episode around here somewhere. Gateshead, Stockport, Chesterfield. Chesterfield's a game on telly. That's probably one worth showing you. Maybe we'll go to Stockport and Chesterfield and do that as our next episode, unless something really exciting happens in the FA Trophy, or we go on a huge winning run or losing run and we have to come back a little bit sooner. But if you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.